Hello, Bronco family. I wanted to take a minute to share with you what I found out about the in-the-vehicle bike mount that Ford offers and some other aftermarket manufacturers as well. It seems that this particular setup has some shortcomings, and it's important for you to know before you take time to purchase it and find out that it may not work for you. So let's go through some of these slides that show the motion of putting this device together and having it set up in your car. As you can see, there's many different options available, of course. One of the big advantages to the one that goes in the car is that the bikes are supposed to be protected. Well, in this particular case, the device is nearly $200. As we know, about every quarter, Ford has a special 20% off coupon, and that's how I went through to purchase mine, through them. So this is the kit. As you can see, there's the part number and the instructions that come with it. All the parts laid out, and the very specifics of what's included in the package. It's important to organize everything before you get going. First off, if you have one of the reinforced rear covers, it won't work because it covers up the latches that you need for this device to hook into your car. Secondly, there are a lot of parts that have very specific instructions to them and have to be put on with the correct direction. The diagrams don't quite outline this, so it might take a trial and error to figure out that they were put on in the wrong direction. But if you really pay attention to the instructions and try to really match them up, that's the only way that you may not have to redo some of these steps. Most importantly, it's important to keep the screws loose and the bolts loose and not tightened all the way, so that there's a little wiggle room so that you can get everything latched into the car properly, then go ahead and move through to tighten them up. Well, first off, we could see that my bikes, being 19-inch mountain bikes, these are the Giant brand, are not quite sitting in with the pictures that are depicted on the Ford site. It seems like there's multiple different bikes that they use for some of the pictures, and other people who have submitted theirs, including 10 speeds and other mountain bikes. But obviously it depends on how large your bike is, but they sort of depict it as it's one size fits all for the Bronco Sport. As we can see here, I've had to adapt it and loosen up some of the attachment straps to move the attachment points out farther, which actually puts the rail over where the trunk would close. This is basically what it looks like, even with the handlebars extended out. There's really no way to move them at a particular angle that would allow the back hatch to close all the way, at least not with these 19-inch ones. Okay, a lot of jerry-rigging here. That's not at all what it was supposed to be. These are mountain bikes, they're not anything crazy, but as you can see, it's sitting outside of where it should be, and there's no way of closing the door, but we're just going to still wing it, since we're just going to be doing this local. It's not going to be any huge long distance traveling, but that's where we're at. You can see the clearance before the front seats, and using additional ties to put the tires together, staying away from the white top. We don't want to mess that up. And there we are. We'll give it a try. So it doesn't quite seem to work out for all bikes. Now for me, I'm mostly driving about 5 miles on a small protected highway. If you're really expecting to go on a freeway, it's probably not going to be the type of attachment that you're going to want to use. So we could see that it basically took 14 minutes for me to put the device together properly. with all the additional things I needed to kind of protect the inside of the car, which included some cardboard shielding on the sides to keep some of the tires from rubbing up against the white interior, and to also buffer some of the parts and pieces that are going to go with you with the bike. For example, the tire that you're going to take off. Once you get to your location, it takes about 5 minutes to get the bikes out, leaving the attachment points in the car. So then you can go ahead and ride your bike around. And once you're done, then you're going to be able to put it back into the car, probably another 5 minutes, and drive home. And you're going to need to take everything apart if you want to get your car set up like it was before you left. And that in and of itself takes another 12 minutes to do, to take everything apart and get your car back into the order that it was before you left. So all in all, the device has a little bit of purpose. For me, it works because I'm only moving about 2 to 5 miles to get to the dirt roads that I'm going to mountain bike, and again on a protected highway. For yourself though, if you're expecting to get on the highway, I don't think you're going to want your hatch open. The bike doesn't stick out far enough to need a red flag, but that's always a consideration anyways, for just the sake of safety. And of course, as you're putting your bike in and out, you may smear up the white interior. In my case, it was white interior, so I did get some tire marks here and there that I used the magic erasers to get off, and that worked very well. So hope this helps out, and will keep some frustrations of having to buy something that you may have to return. But all in all, it works for me, and it was still worth the money I spent with the 20% off discount. Take care, and let me know what your experience is, or what devices you've used that have helped to help you take your mountain bike on your adventures. Take care, Ford family.